What's going on? It's Justeeni here, and today I'm showing you some more beta content. This time I've got a nice replay, IMO versus Aquarion, and you'll see again what changed. IMO has philosophy now to start, and they can research backwards so they can get meditation. Aquarion actually has no changes, so in theory Aquarion should still be dominant on normal continents, but we'll see how things play out here. So first I get turn 0 meditation. The reason why is because, well, I can get Alter Peace on turn 5, and I actually can upgrade on turn 4 if I find my village right away, because I'll get 1 extra star from that when I capture it on turn 3. And so I actually develop at a pretty good rate. I also am going to train a warrior on turn 1 in addition to all that. But I miss my village. Not only that, I just run straight into water. So far not a great start, but I also miss the village here. And again, where's my villages? Still no villages. Okay, so there's a village somewhere here and somewhere here, which is really odd for a normal continent. Only 4 villages? But at least I get my Altar Piece, and you know, I can upgrade on turn 5. So it could be worse. But it feels pretty bad. So now there's definitely a village here. I get climbing, and there's no village there. There's 3 villages, 3 total cities on my map. So why am I showing you this game? Because, like, as cool as it is to see, like, some really crazy stuff that some of the tribes can do, like Venger, Chinchi, or really a lot of the tribes, like, you're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff that's possible now in the beta. But what I think is interesting about IMO is, this is especially true in the beta, is their ability to just play out literally any spawn you get is unreal. This spawn is terrible on so many levels. Not only is your density bad, everything's far away from your capital, but my Mindbender will not capture a single village this game, and it was my starting unit. And I have 3 cities on my starting continent against Aquarion on normal continents. This is like the worst case on so many levels. And normally you would just resign and move on, but after this point, you can kind of see IMO doing IMO things, but kind of just even better, because I never had to buy philo. I started with it. I get trade pre-cap, just like that. Now I don't get the market yet because it would have been like level 3. And I want to get Org and Harvest this fruit first. But I got trade on turn... I'm going to get trade on turn 11 with the most slow spawn you've ever seen. I still can get a turn 11 market. Like, imagine an actually good spawn with that. Like, if this is the worst case IMO, turn 11 market, just imagine the potential that this tribe has. Seriously. Like, normally, like, to show how insanely overpowered a tribe is, you show their best case scenario and be like, wow, this is so cool, right? But no, this is the worst IMO spawn I've ever seen. And look at it. For most other tribes, this would be a pretty good. Like, you already have markets up, and your eco's doing really well for just 3 cities. Now I get Smithery Forge, taking advantage of that buffed Forge, so levels up both my markets, maxes them out to level 6. And with just 3 cities on turn 14, but I have 34 star per turn. Now, of course, I am losing here, but again, kind of a big thing with, like, Philo Rush, and I think this is going to be a big thing with IMO, is, like, even if you get in a rough spot, it's really, really, really hard for the opponent to actually win. And so now I can get fishing, pre-cap, another border growth to steal some more space. Because when you're down on cities, you usually want to at least take up some space to make up for it. Or pressure the opponent directly, but it's a little tricky for me to do that here. I get an Explorer. And I see, yeah, they've got this village, unfortunately, but I have a really nice forge spot that I can just snag. So 4 cities, really, really slow expansion, yet this is surprisingly, like, they can't really attack into me because I've got Mindbenders to defend. And I'm getting this village. I will say this was a live game, so there are some misplays. But yeah, now I'm just continuing to, I'm just kind of doing post-market thing. I got my market so fast with such a slow spawn that like you saw my spawn at the beginning, it was just terrible. Also, I just got a free toad. They just misplayed here. And just like that, like, their chances of winning are already slipping away. Like, I will say also, their spawn was quite good. It's not like we both had bad spawns. Like, yeah, they had, I believe, 4 cities on their starting island, but their Aquarion, they can just expand out of it super fast. So they took like the entire rest of the map while I'm on now 5 cities. But now I've got Diplomacy, I'm getting cloaks, because I suspect if they get a crab here, it'll be annoying, so I'm just anticipating that. Get nice vision, see that they're about to get some more villages, and yeah, they will have the rest of the map. But I've got 50 star per turn on just 5 cities. And it's kind of like any average Philo Rush situation, except normally when you like get a really bad spawn with Philo Rush, sometimes you just can't do anything about it. But like normally when you normally a spawn is just bad enough and you actually are just screwed. Like sometimes you just can't overcome the RNG, but like this wasn't obvious for the opponent to really convert at all. And they have made some mistakes. They have not played this perfect by any means, but the fact that I'm even able to have any play here is something else. And I don't play perfectly either. You're actually gonna see some mistakes if you haven't noticed some mistakes already. Yeah, I just accidentally lose a cloak. So I believe Octos need to be at 4 health for the cloak to survive. I did a little miscalculation there. Oopsie daisies, but it's not the end of the world. But what's really nice is this crab actually, or this toad, does not kill. And I'm able to press forward. These Mindbenders are so nice for just healing all of my stuff. I get a catapult again in case they get the crab. I just want to be ready. I get a quadism because I'm pushing on the water now. And I'm just... yeah, I'll just let the gameplay speak for itself a little bit. Yeah, they get a border goat. They're trying to get a crab push, but it just wasn't happening. So they kind of waste a little bit there, and like now at this point I've got so much initiative that like I think I'm just winning here. Like I get my 6th city. Sure, they have almost double my city count, but seriously, what just like that. Just like that, a couple mistakes from one of the most atrocious spawns I think anyone has ever seen, and I'm just winning. I'm now just winning. Like, my eco is still really good. I'm getting techs like crazy. Look at how cheap everything is. 15, 11, really cheap, and they're getting jellies, they're getting stuff to defend, but it's kind of too little too late now. I'm pressuring like crazy. Even with the misplays I've made, it just, yeah, archery just to further solidify things. Now I'm pressuring in the west as well. There's just, like, I'm going to break through here. I'm going to attack here. I'm going to attack here. I'm going to attack here. They don't have enough units to defend. And already. Like you look at the position where I just had 3 cities, and again, it's not always like the highest of highs that makes a tribe good, but sometimes just like a tribe can be good because it just takes a terrible spawn and then says, nah, I'd win anyway. Like seriously, like this is actually the worst IMO spawn I've seen, and yet somehow it's still something. Like, I might actually have to, like, unless IMO gets nerfed in the beta, I will definitely do an IMO until I lose, and I might not lose. They might actually just be, like, unbeatable with proper play. Maybe I'm overhyping it a little bit, but I mean, I kind of have to exaggerate a little bit for the content. But like, I am very serious in the sense that like, this is really, really strong. Like, I've never seen a tribe be able to pull something off like this with a bad spawn. Like, even like Zabasti Philo Rush, usually you at least need like decent resources or to not expand that slowly. You know? But like, I capture my first village turn 5 and my second one turn 10, and now, and then after 20 turns I'm winning the game, and it's just a matter of converting things from here. So yeah, the meta is definitely shaking up quite a bit, because like Venger's in the conversation of best tribe, Chinchi's in the conversation of best tribe, and Imo is also definitely up there. Philosophy is such a strong starting tech. The fact that you don't need to buy it anymore, and the fact that you can just get meditation on turn 0 to kind of like not care about the whole like, you know, not starting with meditation anymore. You can just research backwards and get it anyway. Like, it's pretty good. Yeah, at this point the opponent just kind of gives up. But yeah, I kind of just want to show like, look at how many cities the opponent has. Like, before I even got my 4th city, on turn 14, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities going on to 11. I fought an 11 on 5 and I won against Aquarion. Given not perfect play on both sides, but the fact that it's even possible for me to actually like I mean, philosophy OP, does it need a nerf? I don't know. There's all sorts of crazy shenanigans you can do in this beta. Seriously, I really like it though. It's really a nice shakeup for the meta. But hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.